Here we go.
I'm at 15. I gotta come back to
You
that.
gotta get
What
out
is
of
up,
here.
fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of What the Fanboy. My name's Luke. This, to my right, is Mr. Tyler.
I am Mr. Tyler, as always. And to the right, with a freshly crisp red shirt, the beautiful Brett Eidson.
We're all gonna die on this
We're all
episode.
dying tonight.
Why?
Star Trek rules. We're in red shirts.
You mean I wasn't going to die?
Scotty wears a red
until-
shirt, though.
That's true.
Scotty doesn't know.
But so maybe we're all Scotty.
Don't tell Scotty.
Hey, yo, Scotty.
Oh my gosh. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Pretty good.
How are you?
You know,
All
I'm
right.
not tired this week.
Really?
I don't
Yeah,
believe
I feel
you.
pretty good this week.
Give him 10 minutes. He'll be ready to take a nap.
I'm up.
I do hope at some point one of us falls asleep while recording somehow. It'll be a commentary.
It will definitely be a commentary.
But that's okay.
Who
You-
would fall asleep out of us?
If it's during a commentary, probably me.
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like I get too amped up when I have the opportunity to talk on these shows.
You do get very excited.
I do. I can't help it. All this stuff excites me a little too much.
Nah.
Probably. Just the right amount.
Yeah.
Just the right amount.
Just the right
Okay.
amount.
Just like on the north end of the right amount.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It's a good place to be.
I like it. Anywho, what you guys been up to?
I didn't do much this week, so
Boy, it's going to be a real quick
Should I hit my recap?
sprint through the recap section.
recap?
The recap.
We made a word.
The recap.
Made a word.
Oh
the
my
recap
gosh.
section.
It's the recap. You gotta say it like a kid. It's the recap.
Who's all ready for the recap? Yeah, Tyler, go ahead.
Uh,
Show me what you got.
I watched Bloodshot,
Nice.
which we'll talk about later, and I played Gears 5 because they had a new update, and it's Operation 4. It's the best Battle Pass model out there right now. You complete challenges, you level up your Battle Pass, and they give you currency to buy whatever you want in the store. It's pretty great.
That sounds amazing.
Yep. And they brought back Dom from Gears 3,
Oh,
2, and 1,
yeah.
and he's available as a play now. It's
I
pretty.
took that in a totally different direction.
Well, we'll talk about Dominic Toretto later, but this is Dom from Gears. So it's pretty awesome.
Got it.
Delta Squad is back together, which is really cool, and create some fun moments. But I've been playing that. They also added a new ranked progression system that's really fun and really good, and I look forward to playing more of that. That's all I did. I'm still reading Moriarty. I picked up Foundation. I'm going to read that in a few months, probably. When I feel smart enough to read it.
You're always so ambitious. I love it.
Foundation's like 160 pages.
Okay, well,
It's a super short book.
touche. Never mind.
And there's also like 7 of them, and I probably won't read all of them.
Just, yeah, there's probably a list online of the ones
like
you need to
the
read.
must-reads. What was that?
I don't know.
Is it the cat?
There's one of these things down
Oh,
there.
there's a coaster.
Um,
Anyways, that's all I did. I really didn't do a whole lot. I re-downloaded Titanfall 2 for reasons, but
Gonna beat that campaign?
a good decision.
did you hear about this?
No. Wait, is there
So
news?
Apex had a season-long. Yes, there is news. So it's not really news, but
Okay.
I'd finished the Apex Legends event of quests. That they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I did not
So
hear
at
about
the
that.
end of the quest, Ash shows up from Titanfall 2,
Oh.
and you help put her back together.
Cool.
And she says, "Welcome to Olympus." So I'm guessing a new map is coming, and it's where Octane and Lifeline are from. And Ash, who you fight in Titanfall 2's campaign, is probably the new arena announcer.
That's awesome.
From what I've read, she was creating arenas and having people fight in them during the Titanfall 2 campaign.
Is that the first person you fight? Like, or towards the beginning-ish?
I'm not sure. That's why I have to play it again.
Good call.
Yeah. Good call.
I can't remember who she is, so.
Well, I played a number of things as well this week. So I also watched Bloodshot, of course. We had a community/dev play times for Disintegration.
I did see you on that this weekend.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. It's a good time. More people need to play that game.
No, but for real, more people need to play that game.
No, but for real, more people need to play that game, because otherwise you can't play that game.
Yikes.
Campaign's still good. Anyways, I also hopped back into No Man's Sky because the Destiny grind was getting me down.
A little
monotonous. And so I hopped into No Man's Sky, and they have a creative mode, which I was not aware of. But it basically just takes all of the RPG elements and survival elements and resources and all those and just says, don't worry about it. Just have fun. And man, I have a lot of fun just flying around in my spaceship in that game.
Nice.
So
looking at the stars.
Looking at the planets.
I love it.
Trying to get cool screenshots with the camera mode, you know.
That's like your thing.
That is my thing. That is so if games have a camera mode, it's like instant like one notch up on the on the fanboy rating system.
This game is horrible, but it's got photo mode.
So
to make Brett buy a game, you add a photo mode.
Just add a photo mode.
Easy for all you indie developers out there.
Yeah, it's super easy.
And then hit the add photo mode button, right?
It's coded at this point, right? I mean,
the last thing I did was Stephanie and I had been watching Crossing Swords on Hulu. It's from Robot Chicken. It's from some of the Robot Chicken people. It's basically Robot Chicken on Hulu.
With medieval themes.
It's medieval themed. It's kind of a little like wooden toy-esque animation.
Like stop motion?
Yeah, kind of. Which I know Luke absolutely hates. I actually think it's kind of cute. It is not great in terms of the show.
That is Robot Chicken-esque
cute. Yeah, I did.
That's weird.
I sure did.
I always thought Robot Chicken looked gross.
I will stand by that too. I think it looks good. It doesn't have so a lot of Robot Chicken I think is defined by what it's animating.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it has a lot more fluidity than this does. This is literally like these people don't have arms. So like they just like the little swords and stuff, they just kind of float in front of them.
So it's like VeggieTales?
Yeah, it's a little more like VeggieTales.
Except instead of about the Bible, it's about weird stuff.
Except it's rated R. Hard R. It is very not safe for anything.
Why do you have a rocking chair in that room? That's creepy.
It's where the ghosts sit.
Sorry, I just noticed it and I started thinking of scary movies.
Just wait till it starts going.
Yeah, so behind the camera, for those of you who can't see, which is everyone, even our video viewers.
Important to preface that.
Yeah, there's a hallway, and at the end of the hallway, there's a dark room with the door open, and inside that dark room, there's a rocking chair. So, I may be just working on a horror movie script. I don't know.
In the mood.
Maybe. So
in the nude?
That too.
Crossing Swords gets a Matthew McConaughey for me. I think if you like Robot Chicken, you like that kind of humor, you'll probably enjoy it. It's probably, I don't know if it's gonna really attract new viewers. I think it's maybe because it's on Hulu and it's maybe a little more. I'm gonna use this word very loosely. It's maybe a little more mainstream, like a little more palatable to like get more audience. But it's got some fun. It's got some really funny moments, but overall it's pretty gruesome and it's pretty gross and it's pretty dumb. But the voice acting is great and some of the jokes are great. So I don't know.
I didn't know we were
I'm kind of it's kind of in the middle for me.
Wait, you laughed at Bloodshot?
I don't think I was supposed to.
Well, yes.
Luke, speaking of Bloodshot, what did you do this week?
Well, last week, before we recorded on Sunday night, I had watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because I just wanted to watch something because I was super sleepy and I was going to fall asleep to it. Well, I ended up watching 8 Harry Potter movies this week
Nice.
in about 6 days. So that was fun. I love those movies. They are so good.
They're fantastic.
I think they did so good with adapting those.
Would you say they're fantastic beasts and where to find them?
I'd say they're fantastic movies, and you can find them on HBO Max.
That's right. They are. They are on HBO now.
Yeah. Good job. Good plug. Thanks to our sponsors this week.
Yeah, thanks HBO. So I did that, but there was a new streaming service that was released this week.
Yeah.
Peacock came out.
Woohoo!
And it's pretty good, I gotta say. The best part of it being, it's free. You have to pay $0. You can pay $0 for
You
it.
can pay $0.
There is two. There's
You
a
can pay $0.
there's a pay option for limited ads, and then there's a premium plus super option, which is no ads at all.
And the limited ads is like $3.
Yeah, it's pretty
something
cheap.
like that. Yeah.
But I mean,
I signed up for it. I haven't started watching anything.
you might as well download Peacock and just use it for
Yeah.
free. It's got The Office, Parks and all those classic NBC comedies are on that.
Yeah.
I want to watch that Brave New World show.
Yeah, I hear it's
Oh
I
yeah.
hear it's good.
It's got Alden Ehrenreich
yep.
on it.
Yeah. My
but-
favorite Star Wars character.
Thought you were about to say my favorite Star Wars movie.
Are you for real?
No.
Everybody knows his favorite Star Wars character is L3. No, but the reason I downloaded Peacock, besides it being free, was that it had the debut of Psych 2, The Last Week I'm Home. So that's why I watched it, and it was good. I won't call it great. I laughed a lot, mainly because I love those characters and their chemistry is just so good. It's been a while since even the last Psych movie, and they just were able to step right back into their roles, and that's fantastic.
It's awesome.
James Roday and DeLay Hill are they're so funny together.
Yeah.
Sean and Gus are one of the best comedy duos to grace the screen, and if you want a new show to watch of 8 seasons and 2 movies now to binge during quarantine, download Peacock and watch Psych for free. like that's a fantastic option. That's my favorite show, actually, ever. So there's that. Download Peacock, watch Psych. But the movie, I saw this in a behind the scenes. They had to figure out how to work a story into these kind of just things they wanted to do because they weren't able to work with the entire cast the last time. And the actual mystery detective story in it was below the mess side, I've got to say. It was kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. This is not difficult whatsoever, and I don't even really know if anybody figured it out, to be honest. But it was so awesome to revisit those characters. Now I want to watch Psych all over again.
Are you going to?
Probably.
You'll probably watch
once
it before you go to bed and stuff.
Yeah, once I finish Scrubs, I'll probably go back into it. Speaking of Scrubs, Sarah Chalke from Scrubs is one of the guest stars in it.
Oh, cool.
And there's some fun Scrubs references. Love Psych. Encourage people to watch that. It's fantastic. That was. I know I watched Bloodshot. Freudian slip. What?
He's falling asleep over there.
Yep, 10 minutes.
I called it.
About the window.
Out the window. I don't want to do that. That would hurt. Yeah, and I watched Shot.
Good
Bloodshot.
job. Like Bloodshot eyes.
Bloodshot.
Well, we'll talk about that shortly. Mostly because there's not much news to go over. But let's hit what news we do have.
Oh, I'd give Psych 2 a fanboy worthy,
Okay.
even though it wasn't great. Because Psych fans will absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to.
All good. All good.
The news button. No, that's the Fanbox. No, that's Twitter with Tyler.
That's everything.
We don't even use
We
that
always
anymore.
air horn it.
Should I bring it back up?
No.
Yes, we'll play it through your phone.
Those were the days, man.
Look, I'm not opposed to it coming back, but it needs to be done correctly.
No, I don't want to
Not
do
just-
it anymore. We've moved
Yeah.
on to
Yeah.
bigger and brighter things.
That's lame now.
Good deal. All right, Tyler, lead us off. What do we got news-wise?
Should we just hit the big one first? and that is that Tenet was delayed indefinitely today.
Ooh. Boo, but also makes sense.
Yeah.
For good reasons.
I mean, we talked about that. Like, none of us, I think, really thought it would happen.
No.
Just from a business perspective.
At this point, it is not surprising. I think the most surprising thing, I read the article that was in Variety, I think, that had mentioned they maybe later in the year start releasing films internationally before U.S., which is...
So who's jailbreaking a Fire Stick? So they can
America. Look,
Yeah.
we can disagree on a lot, but we got to agree that we got to get the movie theaters back open.
And we need sports back, too. That'd be a bonus.
Whatever we can do to get movies back,
we need
to do it.
I just need people to not go to the club and do things there without like masks and proper protection.
That applies in a lot of ways.
Take that how you want.
Yeah.
Should have just said PPE.
Yeah, PPE would have worked. But yeah, Tenet being delayed indefinitely, surprising to no one.
Yeah.
At this point, I doubt we really get anything this year in America.
Yep.
That was, yeah. I don't think we're going to see anything in theaters until 2021.
Hurt. Yeah,
So
probably not.
Yeah,
Sad
it's a
day.
bummer, but it's necessary, I guess, so people don't get sick and die.
it'll be interesting to
dying
see.
to get
Do you think what do you think will be the first big tent pole, or do you think there will be a big tent pole that studios have thus far like refrained from putting on a streaming service that will go on a streaming service before it goes to theaters?
Mulan.
I think it will be Mulan as
Yeah.
well. Or I could see negotiations happening in between. Because I'm pretty sure the streaming rights for New Mutants are with HBO Max. That they work out some deal with Disney Plus so that they can just release it.
There's going to be something because they're at Comic-Con at home.
Yeah.
So there's going to be something happening with that one for sure.
Yeah.
But I would hardly call New Mutants a tentpole.
I mean, it's X-Men.
I guess.
I think it's still pretty niche, but I don't know. It's got some buzz.
Somehow.
Maybe not good buzz.
Mostly because it just hasn't ever come out.
It's
But
been done for 6 years.
The movie that's been delayed 10 times is finally coming out.
It's gonna come out and like nobody's gonna recognize the actors anymore because they're gonna be like in their mid-30s now.
so
Dude looks like the guy from Stranger Things. I can't believe that ended 4 years ago.
So there's another movie that kind of keeps getting pushed back and back that had some toys
Oh, yeah.
be released this week, or some promo images
Yeah.
for toys, and I think maybe the movie itself. Godzilla vs. Kong had some interesting toys, and yeah, you can
You can
put
Google
together
them.
a lot of what's gonna, which is not surprising because everyone just expects this to be Batman v Superman with monsters.
Yeah, but the humans are the monsters.
That's true. It's a good point.
Always remember that.
I think Kong with the axe is the
Godzilla.
it's kind of an interesting thing. And I also love how I hope no one cares that I'm talking about this because I am. But there's so there were three that I saw. There was Kong with his axe, and then there was Giant Kong, and then there was Giant Godzilla. And I don't know why we need to clarify that Godzilla is giant. Is he gianter than he normally is? He's already giant.
Yeah. Well, my guess is Godzilla is pissed because they blew up his home. And he's just gonna go punch whoever steps in front of him.
I think
Kong's
Godzilla.
gonna be like, "Whoa, bro, I'm here to help you," and Godzilla's gonna be like, "Yeah, I blew up my home."
They're gonna
punch him.
But then they're gonna have to team up
Well, yeah.
against the businessman who created a different monster.
Right. Absolutely.
And then
Mecha
Godzilla's gonna go over to Aaron Taylor Johnson, the Aaron Taylor Johnson character in this one. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's gonna be like, he's gonna growl it. He's gonna be like, "You're my world," and then he's gonna fly at the bad guy, but he's gonna die. He's gonna get stabbed while stabbing him.
So who is in the
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Batman v Superman.
with Godzilla and Kong? Which one of those is Batman and which one of those is Superman?
Kong is Batman.
Kong is Batman because he's dark, and then
He's the one with the vendetta.
yeah, and
Godzilla couldn't really care less if Kong was there. Kong's
Yeah.
got to be the one who like
but also
figures
he
out how to
shoots
beat
beams
him.
out of his face.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Glad we could all agree that Kong is Batman.
Can I get some?
I want to cross.
Can I get
now.
some Boss Logic art that
man.
has Kong
In a cowl.
in a cowl and like a cape?
Could you imagine like Kong showing up in the Batman cowl and suit, and then Batman is standing on his shoulder with his cowl on? He's just like, like
Batarang?
The Batarang is just like a ship that's been like welded into.
I'm in, and then Toby Kebbell can dance in the frame, and he's like, I'm not actually dead, guys, with his weird sandals.
Oh, those sandals. All right, what's next, Luke?
So last week when we reviewed Old Guard, we were like, what's going to be Netflix's action movie next month? Well, here it is. Project Power dropped a trailer. It's going to be the next Netflix movie with Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, I have not watched this
Did you see this trailer? This looks pretty interesting. And it's from the writer of The Batman that's about to come out, Mattson Tomlinson. So
I like the cast already.
yeah. So you like take this pill and for 5 minutes you get a superpower. And like everybody's power is different.
That's dope.
Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt looked like he was bulletproof. Jamie Foxx turns into like the Human Torch looking something. I think it looks very entertaining.
I'm in.
And I hope it's good. I feel like the last couple Netflix action movies
They've done pretty
they've
well.
surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of mentioned that last week. Like, I think Netflix is on a good trajectory right now with its movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's starting to find its groove and not trying to be too serious.
It seems like they stopped buying the movies that studios were throwing away and started just pursuing movies that have potential to be good.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Did you guys hear about Metacritic and how they're delaying reviews for 36 hours after releases now to combat review bombing?
That's gonna help.
I think, yeah, for 36
hours.
But I mean, I don't know what else they could do unless they go the Rotten Tomatoes route and make you like prove that you bought it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Look, here's the deal.
Was that because of Last of Us?
Just don't trust those kind of aggregate review sites anymore. They were useful for like 10 years, and now we're just past that because of how the internet operates and how people are just horrible on the internet.
And also how they still haven't, after 10 years, figured out how they work.
Yeah.
So here's what you do. You find reviewers that you tend to agree with,
And
you go back
This
to that
requires
well.
some work.
Yeah.
This requires some work.
It does.
But
Maybe you like our reviews or one of the three of us, and that resonates with you. Come listen to our reviews of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, I like to go to Jeremy Johns because I typically agree with a lot of his reviews. I kind of find myself feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So I typically will go to him on movies. You just or games even. He reviews games now because he's bored in quarantine. But it's just, I mean, we all have them, right? We all have the ones that we go to.
Yeah, and make sure it's like a person and not just like a site. You can't go to IGN and
Yeah.
look at their score and be like, wow, IGN gave this game a 10.
No, that writer.
That reviewer gave them that score.
Right. Yeah, it's important to find that.
Mm-hmm.
And not that necessarily invalidates IGN's reviews. Just understand that it's not the same person writing the review every
Yeah.
time.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, they've got thousands of people there. Or at least hundreds, I guess.
probably
At least more than one.
hundreds.
I play every video game and review every single one. Oh, that would be so exhausting. That would make me hate video games.
Did you guys see that that new Spider-Man, not game, but spin-off game DLC? The Miles Morales thing is going to be 4K 60 on PS5. I think that's pretty cool.
Great. The console's going to do what it's marketed to do. That's awesome. Great news.
What will it do on PS4, hopefully?
It won't. It's not going to come out on PS4. So dumb.
Watch me drop all this money. Oh my gosh.
You can get both?
Not right away.
He's going to buy both on launch day.
I think it's so interesting.
And he's going to sit down with both of his controllers like...
I'm going to play Destiny with my feet as I play Spider-Man.
This is like maybe a greater topic for another time, but I think it's so interesting that Xbox has essentially said, hey, you don't have to buy our console right away. But all three of us are like, oh no, we're getting your console first.
Yeah.
I think that's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like what Xbox is pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the Play Anywhere, the we don't want you to pay for upgrades model. Like I think that's so awesome.
Oh, my word.
The cat is
Holy
chasing
cow.
something.
Wow. Should I go next? Are you good?
I'll just do something quick. Destiny Beyond Light was delayed.
To know.
Oh, that's right.
Like
Till
most things, till November 10th. So most things keep getting delayed because everybody's working from home and it's tough to get stuff out and you want it to work.
You want it to be good, yeah. You want to hit a certain quality level, and
Yeah.
sometimes that's hard to go.
But just a bummer that we'll have to wait.
Weird static beeping. Is what I just got a text about.
It's not good. Well, you guys keep talking. I'll do some R&R on the tech side of things.
All right, I'll address the elephant in the room, or not in the room.
There's a cat.
As the resident Washington sports fan, as most people have probably heard by now, the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins is no longer that. And because of that, Madden 21 will remove the logo and name from their game. If you buy a disc before the internet updates it, the Redskins logo and name will still be there. But once you connect to the internet, it will update and remove that. It's such a weird thing because Madden's a game I buy day one every year. I'll dump an ungodly amount of hours into it. I freaking love Madden. And like, it's going to be so strange to just be like, Washington. And like, that's it. There's not going to be a logo. You know what I mean? It's going to be like an empty helmet. There will be logos on the field.
Will just be a burgundy. Will they kind of just replace the logo with kind of like how the Browns helmet is just
Probably.
Their logo is their helmet?
Yeah, probably. But their helmet's not going to have a logo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like. I'm actually like morbidly curious to see if it's going to be a disaster.
Do you think, when does the next Madden come out?
August 23.
Okay, so they won't have a new team name by then.
They hired a person today to help put it all together. So they may have a team name by then, but who knows if jersey designs will be out and all that.
Yeah.
And if all the merchandising licenses will be done. Who knows? I imagine they'll play this season as the Washington Football Club. And then next year we'll have a new team name. For anybody who cares, I am on the Red Wolves bandwagon.
Ooh.
I think it'd be cool. You got Hal to the Red Wolves. You keep that whole HTTR thing going. You can call your fans the Wolf Pack. Call your stadium the Den. I mean, you can do a lot. And Red Wolves, let's go down this rabbit hole, are the most endangered carnivore in the United States.
What?
There's 10 left in the wild.
Oh my gosh.
And so
Are there any in any zoos?
I am not sure. But there are conservation efforts, and one thing that the owner of the team formerly known as the Redskins did is when they were that name, he donated to Native American charities and things of that nature. And so people are like, oh, well, if they choose the Red Wolves, maybe he'll donate to conservation of those animals. And I'm like, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. So, you know, the good cause is there. The team name's cool. You can have a lot of fun with your fans. And, you know, I'd love to see Chase Young get a sack and hear howling from the crowd. Like, I just think that'd be so much fun.
Hopefully better than my howling. Ooh.
You know, their intro video is going to pop up on the big screen with a big moon and a wolf howling in front of it. Oh, man, just sign me up. I'm in on it. I'll buy that merchandise right away.
If it's not Red Wolves, will a part of you be a little disappointed?
I have 2 names. I have a backup name.
What if it's not that one either?
I'll probably be a little disappointed, but ultimately, like, it's the team I grew up loving. The colors are going to stay the same. The players are still the same players.
What if you're like the Red Pandas or something?
There's somebody who wants that to be the name. I would think it'd be stupid, but I'd still root for them. I'd be like, man, I hate this team. I hate this team name, but I'm rooting for these guys. But no, it's fun times. It's exciting times. They've been bad for a long time. It's they had the article come out about their work culture, all these things. So I'm excited to get a fresh coat of paint. They've cleaned house. It'll be awesome. Sorry, this is not a football podcast, but
it is now.
I just borrowed that time to talk about it.
How we looking, Brett?
I hear a little something, but I don't know what it's coming from.
Lepke just texted me and said, haven't heard it since Brett sent that message.
Tyler, go talk into my mic.
You talking to your mic. Is it coming from you? Did you break something? Why'd you break it? Ooh, this is going to be weird.
Technical difficulties.
My name is Brett.
Oh, no.
Your name is Tyler.
Shh, I'm talking in Brett's mic, so I'm Brett.
You at least try and sound like him.
I don't My name is Brett. Ooh, I'm Brett.
Wow. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Thanks.
Yeah, so sorry for ranting about Washington football, but
It's all good.
what you got?
I wish your team the best.
I appreciate that. Me too.
I think this is fun because we're getting close to DC Fandom, so stuff will maybe start to leak out, but then all of a sudden
definitely gonna leak.
Everything will be announced. But we got an announcement of casting from the Black Adam movie. Of all the things that would be announced, the Black Adam movie. Do you have his name?
Noah Yep.
His name is Noah.
Yeah.
And he's going to be playing Atom Smasher.
Dude, as soon as I saw this, I was like, man, that JLA rumor's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
There is going to be a Hawkman in this movie.
He gonna die.
Oh, he's super dead.
But be reincarnated in the future, of course, right? 'Cause that's how it works.
Noah Centineo.
Noah Centineo.
From All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Mm-hmm. So that's fun. I'm excited to see more things be announced for this movie at DC Fandom, because this has been the one that's been around since 2013 that has just always been there, because The Rock is like, I'm playing Black Adam and it's gonna be super badass. He's an anti-hero. We're gonna knock some heads and I want to punch Superman in the face and stuff like that. But I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I think this movie's gonna be like one of those kind of dumb, lovable movies.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be super sophisticated or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm always down to watch The Rock punch people with a goatee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He won't have a goatee in this, but he'll have a weird haircut. It's probably going to look gross. Sorry.
Any other news?
Oh, yeah. I have one more.
Go for it.
What you got?
I got nothing.
I actually think this came up in the Fanbox today, but I'd like to go ahead and address it in our news section. So, the rapper Logic is retiring from rap music. Why is that applicable, Tyler? Well, let me tell you. He signed a rumored 7-figure deal with Twitch to stream video games. I guess that's why Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch, is so they could make room to pay Logic. I don't know. I like Logic, the rapper. He's a 301 guy like myself, which has always been really cool to me. But I don't really know how this fits, like what this is going to be. Like, I know he's a gamer guy, but why would you pay? I guess, I don't know. I guess if you're trying to grow Twitch, signing Logic is the way to do it. Jeff Bezos just has too much money.
Yeah, he does. Did you see how much?
It's like rumored to be 7 figures.
Oh, no, but did you see how much money Jeff Bezos made, like, this weekend?
No. Tell me, Brett.
I'll double check the amount, but...
Is it outrageous?
Yes.
Is it more than $45?
Yes.
He made more than me.
That's $45 more than me this week.
Yeah, seriously. I don't get paid till this Friday.
Jeff Bezos, this is from Bloomberg.
Oh, so that's probably legit.
$13 billion in a single day.
Why?
Excuse
Enter
me.
the David Stern drinking water. And you know what I'm talking about?
Look, I'm just saying that surely there's something wrong with that, right?
He's made $74 billion this year.
Can we like have communism for a day so we can just give that money to everybody and then go back to whatever we are?
Just for a day.
You guys know the rumor, right? The rumor is he's gonna buy the Washington football team. He owns the article
that's
that
a
was...
day's wage.
I know.
But he lives in the wrong Washington.
Does he? He owns the Washington Post. He can buy it. He's probably got a house over there.
It's probably got a house in every
Probably.
state except Kansas.
Nah, he's got one here. I seen it.
Crazy.
That's why they're building an Amazon in Wichita.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
I might have forgotten.
Right over there by where I work. They're building an Amazon distribution center.
Oh. You gonna get a job there?
Absolutely not. They monitor how long you poop.
Yeah, I'm not getting a job there either. I got another story. Netflix is handing out Amazon money, apparently. Jeff Bezos
nice.
money.
Well, Jeff Bezos chore money, like for his kids.
Yeah.
Here's your allowance. Oh, Dad, it's $200 million this week. What? No, Netflix announced that they are having the Russo brothers direct Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling in an adaptation of The Gray Man, and it's gonna have a budget of $200 million.
That's just the Russo brothers at this point.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the movie, but I hear $200 million. I'm just like, why? Why? I feel like I don't know what the story or the book or any of that is. I think it's a spy thriller type thing. I feel like you could make lots of movies with that.
Yep.
You could make so many movies with that.
They could make this movie for $100 million and then make
Could be.
5 to 10 movies with that other $100 million.
Yep.
Share the love,
betting.
Netflix.
I'm betting that's what it is.
It's
Why
the
is
fridge.
Kirby rolling across your screen? Yeah, I think it's your fridge. Oh.
Uh-oh. It's so dark. Oh, I'm so scared. That old grandma in the rocking chair showed up for a little bit when you unplugged that light.
We'll see if that helps. Maybe that helps.
Sweet.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, share the love, Netflix.
Yeah, I'll watch this, but I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah, same.
What up, Battle Rifle? Yo, yo, yo. Ooh, ooh. That's Batman cowl.
It's just from one perfect shot. Sorry. Should we transition into our main topic tonight?
We should. At 8:40.
I know.
Let's keep this train rolling.
So yeah, we all watched Bloodshot. We
Unfortunately.
finally got around
What?
to
Unfortunately?
watching it.
Boy, you crazy.
Yeah, so this was the 2020 Vin Diesel Valiant Comics movie that came out like right as the pandemic was hitting.
Yeah, it was like week of?
Yeah.
Nothing like a Valiant Comics movie that doesn't put a Valiant Comics thing at the beginning.
It was the last thing you see, though, at the end.
I guess.
But yeah,
The part nobody stays for.
so
anymore.
I'll lead off with some of my thoughts. I am
That pretty much sums it up.
look. I do think that comic book places, what are they? Comic book houses, distributors, creators
Yeah, there you go.
like Valiant. I want to see more of their stuff on screen because I think we tend to get the DC Marvel stuff in heaps and loads, and then we just don't get anything else. And what you do get are, something that someone spent $20 million on and not enough love, or maybe lots of love, but not enough money. And I think this one felt like it had a decent budget, but just was maybe a little mishandled.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little more than a little. I think it just lacked. I don't even know if it lacked focus, but we'll talk about there's some like fun redeeming moments for it, but nothing's redeeming enough to actually, I think, have any of us probably give it a good review.
That's what you have to look forward to.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, like bummer of a birthmark.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna spoil this?
The trailer spoiled it.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we were going to.
Yeah,
There's nothing to spoil.
There's not really.
And I think you would. The big reveal, I guess, that is even in the trailer is something that you realize 20 minutes into the movie when it first happens. The first mind erase. Oh. I'm spoiling it.
Luke has decided we're spoiling this.
Perfect.
Spoiling this
now
movie.
I can talk about it.
So spoilers ahead. For a movie you probably won't watch if you haven't already.
Very true.
Because let's be honest, it's been out almost 4 months, and
I just want to point out one of the producers follows me on Twitter.
What?
Well, let's hit him up and tell him we should write the sequel.
We loved this movie.
Let's just reboot it.
Okay.
Let's reboot it.
Can we reboot it?
So here's I'll give you my
give me your thoughts.
My Twitter thoughts. This movie sucks, but I think it does introduce Bloodshot as a character who can be compelling. If you don't spoil what is so unique about his story in the first 15 seconds of the movie. There are some cool things, the memory building. I think Lamorne Morris does a fine job. Everybody else forgets why they're there, I think. This is the first movie I've seen Isa Gonzalez in, and I was just not impressed with her. I didn't think she was any good. I felt like she just kind of phoned it in. But overall,
You've seen Baby Driver?
Yeah.
She's in that.
No, I'm saying this is the first one I've seen her, and I didn't like her.
Okay, never mind.
I just didn't think she was good.
Gotcha.
It could have been how her character was written, but I don't know. I think the movie does enough to make Bloodshot an interesting character. They just chose the wrong person to play him. Other than that, I don't think this movie's very good.
I'll go a step further, Tyler. I think the movie is pretty convoluted on... It tries to make his powers super simple because they're not that complicated.
No. But they don't follow their own rules.
They're not applied consistently throughout the movie.
Nanite logic and rules.
It's yeah. So even with maybe with a better actor or a more compelling actor, I think Vin Diesel's a fine actor. He's just not.
Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel.
He's Vin Diesel, and so you get what you pay for.
Right.
Being a hero is in his blood.
Ooh. Was that a tagline?
Yeah, it's a tagline.
Yeah. Luke, go ahead.
This what they said. This movie's not good.
Yeah.
But you know what? I came over to Brett's to watch it, and I just had a rip-roaring good time.
We did have a good time.
I had a lot of fun watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree Vin Diesel was miscast. Really, I think... I don't know if I really blame casting besides Vin Diesel. I think a lot of it comes down to writing and directing. It was a directorial debut, maybe a writing debut for all I know.
They should have had Matt Kent write it.
That I feel like is a lot of where the problems come from. From the most base level, there's just not. It didn't feel like there was a passion there to me.
Felt like they were just making a movie.
Yeah. Sony was like, this is a new property we can make. I was a little bummed when the Sony logo popped up at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that bothered.
Yeah. I kind of wish Sony didn't have the rights to the Valiant universe. I would really, really like it if it was with a streaming service like Netflix or Hulu, Amazon, one of those. I feel like they would, first of all, they would lean into an R rating, which I feel like this movie needs.
Yes.
Yeah. We were talking about that. We were like, what's this rated? And I thought it was R, but it didn't seem quite graphic enough to be
he
R.
gets his face shot off.
Right.
It's like,
there's weird
this should be
things where
rated
it's like,
R.
that's disturbing to look at, but I guess it's not graphic enough for it to be
Yeah.
R.
I mean, holding a good example of when you needed it to be rated R. When he literally pins a grenade to the side of a truck with a human body, and the grenade goes off, and he just falls backwards, and like that's it. Like that body would be completely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like it really comes down to inexperienced writing and directing, which is why this thing really isn't super captivating besides a cool premise of a character, which is from a comic book anyway.
Yeah.
But that being said, man, just kind of railing and making fun of this movie as we watched it was so much fun.
Yeah.
The best part of the movie is 10 minutes into it when Dominic Toretto shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not Ray Garrison.
Gets in his car and everything.
Yeah. Just rips off his army unis, just wearing an undershirt. It's crisp, white, and tight. And you're like, I've seen that 400 times.
There's 8 movies where that comes from.
Yep.
And it's in every scene.
Yep. And then he screams like him, too.
That being said, some good things about this movie, I think, would be I was not disappointed, really, with its effects.
Oh, no.
On a $45 million budget, and it looked bad twice.
Yeah, there were only a couple times that I was like, ooh.
Like, especially with, like,
Act
the...
3.
I was more for me with...
Leg Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was running.
When he was running.
Yeah.
For the Act 3 on, like, the elevator, I think that was just kind of like...
There's a couple moments, but you kind of just accept it.
Yeah, it's kind of like... This wouldn't look good from any studio with this budget, really.
You would need the...
With this much
you need the Marvel
movement.
money, right?
Yeah. But, like, especially, like, when he gets cut open and the nanites are, like, zipping around his hand or coming back together. Like, I always thought that looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of on the other side of that, I thought they had a really good costume design in this movie. I thought they, like, looked good. I know I did make the joke that... Because I've been playing a ton of Destiny, the whatever the light rise. What is it? What's the company called?
Rising Phoenix Technologies.
That.
What is it? Rising Sun. It's RST.
Somebody's rising, but their armor has the V and the square helmet that my Titan wears in Destiny. And I couldn't stop seeing it, and it just made me really laugh. Every time
I thought
see
of
it.
Code 8.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I liked the way like their costumes looked, like they had cool tattoos.
Yeah. I thought some of the like character, like the dude who was blind but had the
eyes down here.
eyes
on
down
his
here. I
chest.
thought that was kind of a cool.
Is that like
concept.
that in the comic?
I've never seen him.
Mm.
That was actually one of my gripes. Is like Valiant's not that big. You could have put some fun Easter eggs in there that really got the Valiant fanboys going. They just really didn't. I even like went online and looked for them to see if like people caught things I didn't, and I was like, man, that kind of sucks. You have an opportunity on a major scale to introduce some other characters, and even if it was just like a name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
And then,
know,
like-
get people excited.
I was kind of irritated though that like the dude with the eye rig on his chests and he can see everything. When they introduce him, the bad guy's like he's an expert marksman. Never comes into play.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
they don't
Yeah, he
pay
has
off.
melee weapons the whole movie.
They really don't use those unique abilities in any cool way.
Like I guess he puts on the siege break helm. Sorry, it's Titan armored name, and can like see a bird's eye view of the entire city or something. He rides around on a motorcycle, and I guess that's a cool idea. But I expected him to like do something like with precision. I guess when they brought that up, and they just never did anything with it. It's just like he was an expert marksman, but now he's blind. Moving on.
yeah.
Moving on, he has no legs.
I hate that is a screenshot for the movie because he looks like that for as long as that picture took to take.
Yeah. Yeah, the final form of Bloodshot where he's very ghostly white and he has the red eyes.
Isn't that just always supposed to look like?
Yep, he is.
Yeah, and even at the end of the movie when they
He goes
ride
back.
off into the sunset, he's just normal.
Yep.
It's like,
That's such an easy costume. Just have him
he probably
jump
didn't want to
into
wear
a pool of
He probably didn't want to
flour.
wear contacts.
Probably.
Yeah. So
He wanted to wear that wife beater,
yeah, he did.
super tight, crisp, clean, white wife beater all day, every day.
I'm
Dominic Toretto.
gonna run through a few cons real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
There is more slow mo in this movie than not.
Someone went
it's like
to the
outrageously. It's outrageous. Like there's just so much of it. Like Zack Snyder probably loves this movie.
yeah, someone went to the Zack Snyder School of Cinematography.
Yes.
And
100%.
yeah,
Like the first 5 minutes of the movie, I saw 7 minutes of slow mo. Like it's insane.
The entire final confrontation,
This
like
is,
after the elevator showdown, is all slow motion when he's just walking.
yep. The dialogue in this movie is awful.
I loved it.
Like, and I'm trying to remember, like the scene when he at the very beginning when he's like negotiating with the terrorist.
mm-hmm.
I was like, this is not serious. Like, this is an outtake, and I rented the wrong movie. Like, no, this is real. And then, like, just when he's meeting people and they're kind of telling him who they are, I'm just like, this is so bad. Like, why would you do this? Who wrote this, and who thought it was okay? And then we kind of talked about it earlier. Nanite logic and rules. Those are some good screenshots.
Why are
you
these
got there.
screenshots?
You know.
The male gaze is so brilliant. I remember, like, halfway through the movie, I looked at you and I was like, was this directed by a male?
Yeah.
It's just like IMDb. You're a professional site. Come on.
Yeah. But no, so the nanite logic and rules, we kind of talked about this earlier, but in the tunnel scene, he gets shot and the nanites like fly off of him and then they come back. Later in the movie, he cuts his hand and like pours the nanites into a shot glass and they just stay there. Like, so is he controlling them or like, how does this work?
Heck, even so.
Also,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, go.
The other thing that bothers me is like the percentage thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's exhausted the nanites. How? Does he have to plug himself in? Like, what are you talking about? How is he exhausting these? In the comic, he has to eat protein.
Yeah.
In this, they literally say, we've programmed it so you don't have to charge him. Lamorne Morris's character actually says they won't die. And then they die. Like, this is the dumbest thing. Like, it's like they filmed it in like 6 different times. Like, they filmed it for a month, and then they took like a 6-month break, and then they filmed it again, but they forgot like everything else they talked about. It's so dumb. It was driving me nuts.
I also think it's and I may have missed something while Luke and I were laughing at some line of dialogue, but I was under the impression the nanites just healed him. They didn't actually make him stronger.
Then how did he break the pillar in the first like 5 minutes?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is like, okay, they show them kind of like reconstructing a little bit, but like realistically, your hand would have been broken after the first punch, and he gets thrown the crap around. He the nanites, as far as I am aware, do not improve his strength, only his recoverability.
I don't know. 'Cause
And-
he was
and-
moving cars and stuff.
And if that's not the case, I didn't get that in the movie. Maybe I missed something, but that was super annoying for me.
They missed it too. Don't worry.
I think it was just
Oversight.
from they weren't really sure themselves, and they were just like, we got to write this and make this.
That part looked cool.
That was one of the best shots in the movie, and unfortunately, it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's when he's getting shot in the face.
Oh, yeah. In the flower.
I thought
we
that,
also
I
Googled
liked
that.
that scene actually.
We
a lot.
Googled
Yeah, it was
that
good. It was good.
flower actually highly flammable.
Yeah. Yeah. I did read about that too. So they didn't use flour.
That was a lot of flour.
That was probably a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Also,
Is cocaine? Wait, is cocaine flammable? I do not know.
I'm sure in some form or fashion.
Let's find out tonight on What the Fanboy After Dark. We're going live with cocaine.
Were there any cons that I didn't say that you guys wanted to say?
I didn't think this score or soundtrack was very memorable.
I forgot about it already.
We were kind of watching it quiet. I honestly don't know if I even
really-
listened to it. I remember when the movie first came out, I listened to it and I was like,
There
generic,
was,
but
there was one song at the
fine.
beginning that was pretty good. Like there was one part. I think it's like when he first realizes it's when he's punching the pillar.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But like, there was no like theme song for Bloodshot. Like it.
Oh, this. Okay, so this has. I know it's 2020, and I just think that we should be past some of the racist stuff that they do.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh, the Indian tech guy.
We've got an Indian IT guy. And like, I think you should cast Indian actors and actresses. Just don't make it so stereotypical and derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a couple other things. I cannot remember what they were though. There were a couple other things where I was just like, oh no, why are we doing this, or why are we saying this? It just felt lazy. Like we're gonna try and run on tropes that have worked in the past 15 years, but probably not the last 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they use those tropes to try and push like some cheap laughs.
Yeah.
Like I think this movie tries to be funny, but it's not. It's funny when it's trying to be serious.
Oh yeah.
Like I laughed more when I wasn't supposed to than when I was.
Yep.
I'm serious. Like, I was trying to think of like notes today, and I didn't end up writing any because honestly, I could like barely remember this movie until you guys were reminding me of stuff. The only thing I can remember was the Dominic Toretto reference scene. I guess. Was,
Also, like,
there's my sexy wife next to my sexy car.
Yeah, then he has the Fast and Furious 7 drive off scene at the beginning.
so it's.
Let's go start a family.
Am I misremembering something, or did Guy Pearce used to be like a good actor? I just don't feel like I've seen him in anything good in like the last.
He made this one over the phone.
This one. He so phoned this one in.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to just. What was the last thing he was in? Let's look. Guy Pearce, where are you at?
While you look for that, one of the things that I also wrote down as a note is the opening scene of this movie is so long.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah.
Like it's like the whole military, like it's the whole memory they've created for him.
Yeah.
Like the first loop of that memory is the opening scene of the movie.
It is,
And then it's like, oh yeah, we have to put the credits in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Like we didn't leave a spot for that. Because like
You good?
he does the whole military mission, right? He comes home, sees his wife, they do the deed. They wake up. She goes to get him breakfast. She's kidnapped. Then he gets interrogated by the bad guy. Then the bad guy kills his wife. Then the bad guy eventually kills him, and then we get the credits. And it doesn't sound very long, but when you're watching it, it's pretty long.
Yeah.
It's a good 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, this is kind of crazy.
So going all the way through 2013 for Guy Pearce, the two things I recognize him from were Iron Man 3 and Alien Covenant.
Really?
Other than that, I didn't recognize.
I know. I've watched many more things with him. Now I'm curious, but we shouldn't waste more time on Guy Pearce. We should finish up talking about Bloodshot. Any other notes? Or?
I got 2 pros.
Yeah, go for them.
The memory building scene.
Yeah.
When they're building, like they're having to recreate the memory so he can have a different target when he comes out of death.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that scene was actually pretty smart. And it looked really cool. Kind of seeing them like Photoshop faces on the characters and stuff. I was like, man, this is actually kind of brilliant. Brilliant's too strong a word. I thought it was pretty smart.
Well done.
Yeah.
It was well done.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
And later on too, when Guy Pearce is wearing his like VR rig thing, and you're kind of seeing the world being built as the camera's like panning around, I thought that was done pretty cool too.
Yeah, there was some cool, like, there's definitely some ideas in this movie that are good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some really cool concepts that they kind of play with, but they never quite lean into them enough to make it compelling.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other pro would be Lamorne Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Most people know him from New Girl as Winston. I actually thought he was really good. He played a British.
He's from Game Night, right?
Yeah, he's in Game Night as well. I actually thought he was really good. He was the only character who was somewhat funny to me. Like he had, like when he says Kobe and then completely misses the net, like, and then he's just like and then like just hearing him argue with himself because he's a programmer.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why didn't I think of that? Command control, just blow the whole thing up. Like, it just a lot of those jokes to me were pretty good. His delivery is pretty solid. So
The first thing I noticed, we were like, I don't know, 3 seconds into it. I think the first words I said were, "Wow, that's really green. This movie's very green." Especially in that opening fake memory.
It's interesting.
Green
to
filter
see,
was on 100.
to see the difference. So like, I think I mentioned this last week, where like Extraction is like super yellow.
Yeah.
And then Old Guard was more blue,
yeah.
and then this one was green, and it's
So next is red.
the more you like, I don't know if you
Project
really
Power.
like good color,
I don't remember.
good colorists on film makes it so that you don't notice those things. Like, oh, like I can get an idea of maybe the temperature based on a color, but when it's so in your face about it, it just, that's when it takes you out of the movie, like some of the other things, so many other things. I got fam. Oh, he didn't say family in this one, did he?
No, but he's trying to start that family.
Yeah, he was. Then he got shot down
Yeah, he did.
real hard.
Like 12 times because he was all fake.
Luke, did you have any positives? Any pros?
My positive, honestly, is that it is bad. Like, yes, this movie's bad, but I had a great time watching it. This is one of the movies I've been longing for, where it's fun to watch because it's bad.
It's a good bad movie.
Yeah.
Good bad movie. Yeah.
That and good for its budget, good effects and costuming, and some interesting action stuff that they do for a little bit in the middle
Yeah.
with all the cocaine.
That scene was surprisingly early on in the movie.
Right?
I was like,
oh
whoa.
yeah. I got that
They blew their load on that scene.
that went, and I was just like, oh, there comes Carl. He was hiding in that rocking chair.
He's hanging
room.
out with the old lady ghosts.
Brett's gonna have a nightmare because he keeps saying it.
Yeah, no, like it is interesting that they kind of it feels like you get this is just a short film or something like that.
Yeah.
Up until that point, and then they're like, oh, well, like the first time you see Guy Pearce, you should just know that he's the bad guy. But
I always come home.
yeah,
I will find you and I will end you.
I think I can agree
Okay.
with pretty much all of your guys' pros. I maybe didn't have quite as. I don't think the fact that it's a bad movie is a good thing, but I had fun with it because you were having so much fun with it.
I had so much fun.
Honestly, it's probably a reverse Velvet Buzzsaw. I had fun because you hated that movie so much.
Oh my
We should
gosh.
watch that again.
We should watch that again. Dang it. We should do a commentary on that. Nah, that wouldn't be fun. But yeah, do you guys want to give your reviews?
For me, it's a straight to streaming. There's redeemable qualities to it to not make it a dumpster fire. I don't think it's straight trash. And I mean, I have fun with it.
Sure.
But it's not good.
It's not good.
Straight to streaming. Definitely worth, if it pops up on an actual streaming service,
It's worth a watch.
I would say, just have fun with it. Crack open a cold one and just go for it. Have fun. Roast it with some friends.
This is like one of the hardest movies for me to rate because it literally lands dead center between dumpster fire and straight to streaming.
Oh.
I typically will round up, but on this one I literally wrote dumpster streaming because I just don't know what to give it. Like that first half of the movie, I'm like, oh, this is a dumpster fire. But then Lamorne Morris's character shows up, and like there's some redeemable things, like you mentioned, and I'm like, okay, maybe not. But then I land on dumpster fire, but I think I would watch it again. I think for free. Like I don't know, because
Yeah.
it is a good bad movie. But if it was free, I would watch it again. But I rented it, and I would not rent it again. Like I wouldn't pay for this movie at all.
This was one of those weird movies where I mean, but not trying to say Luke anything about Luke. I'm the one who rented it when he came over, and I found myself checking my phone more often than right?
Want me to pay?
No, I don't want you to pay me anything, but I just find it interesting. I think you're right. There's like, yeah, maybe I would watch it again
if it was free.
If it was free, I would probably still check my phone, but I wouldn't rent it again.
Yeah, it's bad, right? Like we've all agreed on that. But I wouldn't pay for this.
Yeah,
but it is bad. I don't know. It's a dumpster fire. It's bad. Part of that is probably because I really like that character, and it kind of let me down in that regard. But
sure,
whatever. Dumpster fire. I'm sad. I'm not really sad. I didn't really care that much about it. Brett, where do you land, my friend?
It's a straight to streaming for me.
Nice.
I would agree with both of your guys' thoughts. I'm happy to round up instead of down. I think that
I have too many high movies this year. I need to get a few lows.
That's fair.
Even out the scale.
Yeah, if this is on streaming somewhere and you're just kind of looking for an actiony thing, it's got some interesting action, especially in the third act. I don't think it's the greatest, especially coming off of a week where we talked about like the old guard. I think the action in that's way better than the action in this. But if it's free, find it, watch it. I think. But if it's not free, don't.
Yeah, I'm giving you a dumpster fire with the caveat that you should watch it if you get a chance to watch it for free.
Cool.
I have a question. If you had to watch this or Venom,
you
choose Venom?
I choose Venom.
I would choose Bloodshot.
I would definitely choose Bloodshot.
What did I even rank?
Venom was my worst movie that year.
I have not watched that movie again.
I'm never gonna watch
Was
that
Venom
movie again unless
2018?
people make us do a commentary.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it was not my worst movie of that year.
What was Hellboy? Hobbs and Shaw?
Rampage.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There were some good dumpster fires that year. Jeez.
Okay, well, that's Bloodshot.
Yep, we talked about it. We watched it.
We
It's
watched
done.
it. We don't really recommend you watching it, but whatever. We don't have much in terms of Fanbox this week.
We don't have Rashingo's 40 billion questions.
No, we don't. We went through pretty much all of them, I think.
Darn it.
I got too lazy to actually go back and figure out. So, Ragashingo, if you want to send us some more questions, you can. Over in the chat, though, we do have Nick Lepke, who has a comment that I want to spin off on. He says, to Luke's comment about it being a good bad movie, he says his best good bad movie is Velocipaster.
Need to watch that.
Yes.
Stephanie keeps bringing it up, so we need to.
Movie night. Next movie night is Velocipaster.
Sounds good.
Is it on Prime?
Yeah.
So what is your guys' favorite best bad movie? Best good bad movie?
Fanboys.
I think I have to go with the most cliche answer, and that's the Room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just it makes no sense really how that I don't especially after just watching The Disaster Artist. How did that movie get made, and who the freaking heck is Tommy Wiseau? Like,
No one knows, man.
that movie is so bad, and there's just so much wrong with it, and you just cannot help but watch it. Also, it helps when you watch that one in theaters with an audience and you're throwing spoons at the screen.
Dude, that was seriously one of the coolest theater experiences ever. Yeah, mine's
Fantastic.
Fanboys.
I think my other one
It's a
would
good
probably
movie.
be Tron. That movie's horrible.
The original?
Yeah, but I love it.
I don't. You think it's horrible?
Mainly because of how bad it looks. Like, it hurts my eyes to look at it.
Yeah. Well,
It gives me headaches.
it is. It maybe has not aged well.
No. What's gonna give me more headaches though? That one or the third one that's probably gonna have Jared Leto?
Probably. Oh man, I do not know what my best good bad movie is. It's hard for me to think of. What are some good? Do I have any obvious ones that?
There's some that I would want to say, but I honestly don't know if they're considered bad
Like
movies.
bad enough.
Like Sahara is. I feel like a lot of people really
I did enjoy Sahara. Yeah.
really tank on that movie, but I love that movie.
Yeah.
Reign of Fire.
Okay, if that's considered a bad movie, that is my pick. But I will
That
fight.
movie's
I will
awesome.
fight on the hill that is not a bad
The movie
movie.
takes place in 2020, guys, so get ready for August.
The dragons are coming.
I think it takes place in 2020.
Is that what,
I think so.
Is that what August has for us? Dude, my favorite memes is every time a new month starts. It's like, all right, August, what the hell you got for me? Like,
Let's go 2020.
the August meme is going to be Captain America all beat up. I can do this all day. Like, that's us at this point.
Yep. Yep. Oh, well,
Let's
shall
watch
we?
some good, bad
Shortest
movies.
episode ever, guys.
Shall we call it a night? Let's wrap her up. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You can find all of our content over at whatthefanboy.com. Follow us at whatthefanboy on
The fool, boy.
What the Fanboy on Twitter and Instagram for all sorts of fun updates. Occasionally we do some polls and stuff like that. And, maybe we should do a poll for our next commentary or...
Movie night.
Yeah, next movie night.
Yeah.
So...
We'll put 4 good, bad movies and
Yes. Okay,
You
we're
guys
doing
can
that
choose
this
it.
week. We're doing that this week. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. Until next week, thank you for watching. We're the Fanboys, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.